The 2024 Pokemon World Championships is set to be the largest tournament to date at the World Championships because of how many Masters or players in general have qualified from different regions. My name is Rahul Reddy, and today I'm going to be looking at the world's structure for multiple regions, how many players qualified from each region specifically, and why this is the biggest tournament to date. I wanted to do a huge shout out to Cora, who is on Twitter. I'll show you guys her Twitter in a second as well. Please go show her some love and support. She put this whole thing together for me while I was competing this season, and I would not have been able to get this data together without her. For every good YouTuber, there is someone in a chair doing the work for us. So this year, these are the invite structures that were laid out for each individual regions. I believe there might be some below here as well. Let's go check. Nope, just these. We had the TPCI event structure. The TPCI event structure is probably the one that you guys are most familiar with. It's the one that I compete in, the Europeans compete in, Latin America competes in, and Oceania competes in, as well as Middle East and South Africa. So these regions individually need to reach 200, 250, 350, 500, 600 respectively per region to earn your invite. If you win a US regionals or a EU regionals, you get an invite, or if you top or a EU special event as well, you get an invite, and then top 2 in internationals as well will earn you an automatic invite to the structure. Points are earned through local cups and challenges, regionals, and international events. They scale with the amount of participants, and there's a best finish limit of 6 for challenges, cups, and regionals. No caps on ICs this year. So this year, to put in perspective, was a 6 BFL with no caps on ICs. You guys saw my journey throughout the year. You can go look at my videos. I'll do a full season recap as well when I get a chance. The different regions have a different amount of points to qualify. I believe 200 was South Africa and the Middle East, 250 was Oceania, 350 was Latin America, 500 was Europe, and 600 was North America. The invite from winning an event does not pass down, so if someone wins or has enough CP already, the second place person in the rankings or whoever is next does not earn those championship points. They just disappear into the void. Now here is where the invites from the other regions, they were a little bit difficult to find, but Cora put it together because she is awesome. TPC Shanghai is a part of the world circuit for the first time, I believe, because I don't know. I don't believe China was a part of our circuit until just now. I think that might be wrong, but I'm trying to remember in previous years, but I don't think China made an appearance, or Shanghai specifically made an appearance last year in the World Championships. Top 67 players in the points ranking were awarded a invite. The winner of each Masters League tournament, there was 10 tournaments in 2023, were awarded a tournament invite. There was many different ways to qualify for the Masters tournaments in 2023, but you generally needed to rank top 4, 8, or 16 in the qualifiers to play in the bigger tournaments. If you won a Masters League, you would then get an invitation to the World Championships. Each tournament would give championship points scaling on rank and players participating. Those who were in the top 67 at the end of the season were invited to Worlds, excluding those who got their invites through winning a Masters tournament. So you'll see the total number of invites in a second from China. And it is, as you can tell already, a pretty hefty amount compared to what people were originally assuming. China does have an incredibly large player base, and yes, they just received their Pokemon Go set into their circulation. So it'll be very interesting to see how the players from China come over to the US, to Hawaii, Honolulu, and adapt to our current format, because they have not played with these cards once. They have touched some of these cards so far, like the Pogo set in general, but a lot of these cards they have not been playing with. They've been playing in the tag team format and the Mew VMAX format still, so it'll be very, very interesting to see how this structure comes about. Then we're going to have the TPC Japan invite structure. TPC Japan is widely renowned as some of the best players they send over, and up till now I knew a little bit about their structure, but I never knew the full tournament invite structure, and I think they change it year to year. This year, the top 32 players in the Japan Championships tournament, so their national championship that happened a week before our NAIC, was awarded an invite. The top 4 of each Champions League, meaning the regionals throughout the season, were awarded an invite. The top 40 of the CSP rankings at the end of the season, so just championship points for them, were awarded an invite. Championship points can be earned through city leagues. City leagues are akin to league cups for us. You're only allowed to play in, I believe, 4 city leagues throughout a season. And if you don't win a city league, you were not allowed to play, or you didn't have a chance to qualify for the JCS. And to qualify for JCS, you had to be in the top 200 in the CSP rankings, or invited by placing in the top X of CLs, or winning a city league. So if you didn't do any of these things, you didn't have a chance to even compete in the Japan Championships tournament, and you did not have a chance to qualify for the World Championships. Invites will fizzle if there's a player who has earned it in a different way, meaning that there is no overlap in invites. There's nothing that trickles down, even if you top 4 is CL, but you already got it off of JCS maybe, whatever. Some reverse order of that, what I just said. There is a lottery system to enter events due to demand far exceeding supply. In Japan, there is an insane demand for tournaments. About 3,200 masters are at these Champions Leagues each individual time, and the lottery system shows that above 18,000 to 20,000 players enter every single time, and only 3,200 of these players are selected to compete. That is an incredible number if you think about the grand scheme of things, and just puts in perspective how amazing Japan is and how difficult it is to qualify in a country like Japan. TPC Asia invite structure is a little bit different as well, where you have the top 4 from Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines. The top 16 from Hong Kong, top 26 from Taiwan, their championship rankings, the winner and runner-up of championships for Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Philippines, and the top 4 in the national championships for Hong Kong and Taiwan. Championship points can be earned through town leagues, regional leagues, and championship tournament, and all of these invites are lottery. So you have to just sign up and hope you get into play with no additional way to bolster your way to get into those lottery systems. So you just kind of have to hope, then you have to get in, and then you're playing a best-of-1 tournament to determine whether or not you get to advance to the World Championships. TPC Korea is also part of our structure. Top 22 in Masters in points ranking qualify, and then top 16 in the juniors and seniors points. 5 regional leagues were held across the season, which was the only method of getting points. No local events of that nature. An average of 300 players per Korean league, and around top 32 get points at each event. Events are scheduled to start much later than everyone else, so they are playing a much shorter structure with a much more condensed importance on quality over quantity, and locals not being a part of the structure makes it a lot more difficult to do that. So what is the final number? So according to Cora here, you can see her Twitter and her Discord here. If you want to go ahead and shout out and help out Cora, she put it all together, and she's awesome. She'll put in stipend and stuff later, but you don't really need it. For NA, we had 268 Masters qualified. That's an incredibly large number. 190 seniors and 153 juniors, bringing that total number to 611 players. EU, there was 299 players who qualified in the Masters division. 162 in seniors, 143 in juniors, and the total number being 604. In Latin America, 299. Very funny that no region had over 300, but 2 were very, very close. 89 seniors, 108 juniors, and 496 total. Oceania was 124 Masters, 35 seniors, 34 juniors, and 193. Interesting to note that Oceania is the one region in this major region circuit that did not have an international, which means that if they did have an international, more invites could have been awarded potentially. The Middle East and South Africa had 28 Masters, 15 seniors, 6 juniors, and a total of 49. And then the event winners that don't overlap with some of these existing numbers were 5 across all regions, and so there was 5 invites that are also there. Japan produced 97 invites in the Masters division, 58 for seniors, 58 for juniors, and 213 overall. 75 for China, 16 for seniors, 8 for juniors, and 99 overall. Korea had 22 in the Masters, 16 for seniors, 16 for juniors, and 54 overall. And then you see the Asia Pacific countries all have 6 across the board and 3 for the younger divisions, awarding 12 invites in the grand scheme of things. 30 from Taiwan, 12 and 12, bring us to 54 there. And then Hong Kong has 20, 8 and 8, bring us to 36, and then 10 total invites from Hong Kong English, which brings the grand total to 1,307 Masters, 616 juniors, and 616 seniors, and 561 juniors, to bring this number to 2,484 players qualified for this year's World Championships, making it the largest World Championships to date. Now, this is something that you have to look at this number and realize that usually every year at the World Championships, there's about an 85% showing rate. So about 15% of the people who qualified may not show up. And because this year is in Honolulu, Hawaii, which is a little bit more expensive compared to other years, that rate might be higher. Maybe some of the players in South Africa and the Middle East don't have the means to travel all the way to Honolulu, Hawaii. But I believe that all of the APAC region countries have some support from their government that allows them to travel. I believe that Japanese players have some sort of subsidiary or stipend that awards them and helps them travel to the tournament, and same with all the other regions as well. So the EU, NA, LA, and Oceania players are kind of on their own here, trying to figure out how they can attend the World Championships. So looking at the structure of the video I posted yesterday, this should help you guys put things into perspective. Again, shout out to Cora, go check her out, give her some support. And if you enjoy this kind of content, I love doing stuff like this and talking about the logistics of a tournament. And so these numbers are awesome. And we'll see what the World Championships breaks down into, 4 rounds day 2 or 3 rounds day 2. We'll see it for us in the Masters division. That'll be all from me here, Rahul Reddy. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Peace out.